YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well as bell notification. I do my best each and every day to give you guys the top picks in cryptocurrency. And guys, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Today we talking about some Bitcoin. We talking about some XRP. We're going to give you guys a little bit about the market and to talk about the fear greed, right? But before we get into that, I got to let you guys know I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Just the homie Crypto J. Just been doing this for a while and not my first cycle. But let's talk about it, right? As you guys can see, Bitcoin coming in at 83.6, right? Fear greed index coming in at a 33, and the total market cap absolutely tanking today, down 4%. What the heck, Bitcoin coming all the way down at 83K. I told you guys if we were not able to hold that level of support, we were going to see a big sell-off, and that's exactly what happened, right? We broke down off of some key support, and now we're just kind of in a free fall with Bitcoin. We really do not have a lot of support here at 83. We've already broken down off this 84. You guys can see, and you guys can see too, right? We created this bear flag. It broke down. We created this bear flag here. It broke down. And now again, we're creating another bear flag. It's just looking like the price is just not holding very strong, right? We also do know that the market closes today, so if we do not have a strong close for today, I would expect some more sell-off going into the weekend, and I would expect again this chart to probably see another retest of some of these lows, at least 80K. I mean, honestly, I don't see people not opening up a short here. This is kind of like, I don't know. It's just not an appealing price to be long on the price right now. So again, we are still in a bear trend. We did have a rejection. In my opinion, this is a clear rejection. And when you have something like this, you're gonna see a big price drop, which again is what we saw. And we're seeing it right across the market. In my opinion, Bitcoin does need to retest some lows before it could start to see another pump. But you know, these prices are always volatile and nobody can predict the future. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, so who knows? But I did tell you also that Ethereum was going to also see a major hit, and look at Ethereum also seeing a major dump today, down to 18. And I told you guys, and I'm still sticking to this, I think Ethereum is going to be anywhere from $1,100 to $1,200. And I told you guys that a while ago. We've been talking about that, right? Ethereum has been lacking in volume for how long now? Like ever since like really December. I've been telling you guys, like, Ethereum is not looking hot. Like even in January, I'm like, dude, if Ethereum doesn't start picking up, it is not going to be able to cup and handle out of this. We're gonna start breaking down. Sure enough, that's exactly what's been happening to Ethereum. It's like been a bloodbath, and who knows, maybe attribute that to, you know, Solana and the growth that Solana's had this year, which also I think that Solana will not perform as well. Another little prediction that I have: Solana will not perform as well as people expect, as well as people saw it perform last time. I feel like Solana is going to slowly become like Binance Smart Chain if they don't do something about those scams and those bundlers and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's just kind of my opinions on Solana and Ethereum. But let's talk about the big dog, boys. We talking about XRP today. That's what we're here for. We did talk about the fact that if XRP, that if Bitcoin decided to want to break down, the XRP was also sitting at some key levels of support, and it could also see a breakdown. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. As you guys can see, XRP starting to really correct down. And if we retest this $2 range, I told you guys, if we retest this $2 range, if the market breaks down too much, retest this $2 range, I would actually expect a big correction on a chart like XRP, because again, this chart is a chart that has had parabolic growth very fast. There's not a lot of levels of support under this $2 zone. And so again, I assume that people that are trading this, that are trading in an open market, right, 24 hours a day, these guys are going to be longing and shorting stuff. What do you think's going to happen under $2? Where's the support, bruh? Like, there's not a ton. So again, just something to kind of be careful of, and zones that we want to make sure that we're trending above. There are a lot of people that are going to be hodling their XRP, but there's also going to be a lot of whales that are going to be manipulating the price. I do think that XRP overall is performing pretty nicely on the month, as you guys could see, down like or maybe up like 0.5%, but in the past 7 days, again, down 10%. So again, those people that bought that fake out on Bitcoin, yikes, right? We do talk about, though, the fact that a lot of the times when you see price action happen on a Monday, it's usually a fake out, guys. I mean, that's usually a fake out. Usually real price action, I always say, happens later on in the week, usually around Wednesday, Thursday time. Usually Thursday is really the day. Thursday, sometimes Friday, we'll see either a breakdown or a breakup or whatever. But in my opinion, that it goes just the reason for that is because, again, the stock markets close on Friday. So people are kind of setting their positions on Thursday. And again, sometimes you see that volatility Thursday, Friday. You might see that sell off. It's a good day to be shorting and longing markets, in my opinion. That's what I kind of look for. I look for certain market hours. And again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just kind of letting you know kind of what I've seen and how I've seen the market move. But a lot of the times people ask me what time I'm taking trades. I'm taking trades in the middle of the night, guys. As you guys know, like some of you guys already know. This is something I feel like a lot of people know, but I feel like the price really moves at like maybe like 3, 4 a.m. my time. So I'm up all hours of the night, and when I'm trading in the middle of the night because that's when I'm able to, I feel like, get the best prices, and that's where I'm able to determine volume, and good breakouts, good entry points and stuff like that. So, but I also look for those trades too. Like if I was scalping or if I was day trading or whatever, I'd be looking for those signals as well of like price breakdown, usually towards like the middle of the day on like Thursday or Friday around yeah. So right now it's about 12:30. It's about that time. You know what I mean? Like the markets are it's getting later in the day. If we've been moving sideways and we've been, when we're moving sideways, I like to think of that because people are like, oh, this is like possible bottom, possible bottom. It could be a possible bottom, but if too much sideways movement is also an indication of a lack of demand. And that could be also an indication that you might see more sell-off. A lot of time you see that sideways consolidation happen when we're forming like bearish trends, right? Like here, we created this bear flag, and then we like consolidate sideways and we drop down, right? We're consolidating again, and I'm concerned that we're going to see again another drop down. So doesn't always play out that way, but yikes, right? We're kind of starting to get in some red territory on the month too. Like we're starting to be down on the month, so we're no longer creating higher lows on this month. That is also a little bit concerning. It's an indicator that maybe again we're going to see a big parabolic shift down. I honestly would expect that. I do think that these guys are trying to get that market down, so lower the interest rate so that they can have a reason to print some more money. I think that in my prediction, and again, this is just a prediction off the top of my dome. Do not think that this is true in anything, but I think what's going to happen, my foil hat theory, is that the market will crash, the interest rate will go down, the money printer will go burr, where we will all get stimulus checks. Well, a lot of people will get stimulus checks. I don't know that we'll all get stimulus checks. People will get stimulus checks, and that stimulus checks will, a lot of it go into the market to pump these bags, because right now these billionaires are already accumulating. They're already looking at these cheaper prices. They're buying all these dips, all these zones of what I've been saying is accumulation zones. I do not think that this cycle is over still. I did say that if we break down to 68K, that the cycle would still be intact and that I would not be concerned. I did also say that I'm buying this entire time. So I was even looking at stuff during 84K, and I don't think that that was a bad move. I think that that was a cheaper price on a lot of stuff. Again, you might get some cheaper prices on some more stuff. I'm a big fan of dollar cost averaging. I'm not a big fan of over leveraging. I'm not putting in my whole bank account. I'm just putting in what I can afford to lose, really. If I'm making if I make $1, I'm putting 20 cents into some investments. I'm diversifying them, and it may not be only cryptocurrency. It might be some stocks. It might be some other stuff, maybe put some of that money into some ads for some, I don't know, whatever I'm trying to pursue. But I invest a little bit of money and I diversify it. And that has worked for me over time. And I just try to continue to do that because, in my opinion, you got to invest, because I've seen the cost of not investing, and guys, I've seen the cost of also people just trying to swing trade and make a quick dollar, and that can also cost a lot of money too, an opportunity, because a lot of people, a lot of the time, they'll try to make these swing trades in times like this. Because again, I've been saying this is a swingers market, right? It's a swingers market. It can go either way, and there's a lot of people that are, again, playing with leverage and swing trading right now. As you guys can see in the past month, though, it's been not a safe time to do that. So I'm not a big fan of the leverage trading. Again, I could have made money off of that swing. I pretty much called it perfectly. I was saying, hey, we got to be careful here. We're breaking down. And I'm still telling you guys, we got to be careful. We're breaking down. I'm telling you right now that there's a lot of people that are short on the market that are making a lot of money. But I could also tell you that historically, the people that have just dollar cost average have outperformed those people, and that's who I've kind of turned into over time, just with experience, is the guy who just looks for a cheaper price. I don't complain about the price. I don't cry about the price. I know that Bitcoin has historically always hit an all-time high. Sometimes it does correct. Sometimes it has pretty significant corrections, right? But historically, it's always actually been an amazing time to buy Bitcoin, right? Like when it shoots up to like $2,000 and it has a big crash down, right, to like $500, it comes crashing down, right? It always comes crashing down. But look, now we're sitting at an $83,000 Bitcoin. So again, in my opinion, I like when it comes crashing down. I'm actually, would not be sad if I saw Bitcoin go to 68. I would actually, as crazy as it sounds, I would be really excited about that. I would see that as an amazing opportunity to get a cheaper Bitcoin. And I mean, isn't this what you want, right? Didn't you want a 68? Didn't you want Bitcoin to go? Didn't you want Bitcoin to go up? Like when it went up, didn't you want to wish you could have bought it at 68? So if it goes back and it touches 68 again, are you going to want it? See, the thing is, most people don't want it when it drops down that low in the price. But at the same time, those are like the golden opportunities, in my opinion, looking at those zones of, again, accumulation. We thought 84 could be a zone of accumulation. It was a possible one. It wasn't. We thought 90, 96, but now look, we're finding ourselves again in a downtrend. In my opinion, today confirmed this, Thursday, kind of put the nail in the coffin on this downtrend, in my opinion. And again, I would be short on this all the way down until at least 80K. We don't have a lot of support here at this 83 range. And unless they just trying to liquidate these boys and we just see some big green start printing, I mean, again, we're starting to fall now, bearish on the 1 month. And I would be concerned that we're going to have another red month, right? Are we heading into recession? Have we already been in a recession, right? Have we already seen the recession start? Has it already started? I did mention that, we could possibly be seeing that recession when we started breaking down off of this. I was mentioning that, right? Way up here. The fact that we went all the way from $15,000 Bitcoin in 2023 all the way up to 105 in 2024, and that these corrections are totally necessary and they're totally needed and they're totally normal, and it doesn't always indicate a top. It's usually a blow off top, right? We have not had a blow off top. You see how here we have this blow off top, here we have this blow off top. It's like a cycle top, right? We've had this here blow off top. We have not had a blow off top on this cycle, in my opinion. This is more similar, I feel like, to Trump's last presidency, this 2016 cycle. I feel like we're right in here. We're seeing this volatility. We're seeing this consolidation, but we're not breaking down into nothing crazy. In my opinion, we're still on course. Bitcoin can still break down, drop down quite a bit, and this could still be a solid model and something that I'm like, okay, I'm long on this. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys long on cryptocurrency? How do you feel about XRP? What are your price predictions on it? Also, what do you think about Ethereum? You guys think Ethereum can actually hit 1100, or am I totally crazy for saying that? Also, I had a prediction that XRP will be the first $1 trillion cryptocurrency. Do you guys, not cryptocurrency, altcoin, how about that? First $1 trillion altcoin. What do you guys think about that price prediction? And for that, for that prediction, what do you guys think? You guys think that's crazy? You guys think Ethereum will be that number 2? Do you guys think maybe Solana will jump it? Do you think, I don't know. I want to know, what do you think will be the number 2 cryptocurrency? I think it could be XRP, guys. I want to know what you think. Also, if you're in the XRP army, let us know in the comment section below. That helps me in the algorithm. I'm trying to get my rank up for these XRP videos, and I can't do it without you guys. Again, I appreciate you all. I think we've grown like 1,200 subscribers in like the past month and a half, and that stuff is not possible without you guys. I'm going to keep bringing you guys content even through these nasty, dirty times when the price is looking so disgusting. somebody's got to do it, guys. Somebody's got to do it. But again, I can't do it without you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Also, if you're not yet tapped into my Patreon, I got a Patreon, guys. Join me over on Patreon. Keep you guys up to date on things like news, airdrops, and stuff like that. You might get some free money off of those airdrops. So again, something you might want to be plugged in for. And yeah, again, as always, I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.